That looks to be live. Okay. Um, so a continuation from yesterday on the Porsche 963, but not a 963 because I guess it's funny to be not exact, put your own spin on it type of thing, whatever. Nothing wrong with it. Um, I believe Colin's racing with Dead Bull. Dead Bull? No. Red Mule. Um, was his idea. I'm personally just going with Porsche, which is it's distinct from a Porsche because mine goes on my rules. Um, we worked a bunch last night on doing the livery. We're going to maybe continue a bit with that. In fact, probably I need to continue with that actually before I go ahead. Part of me is considering. God, I don't want to do that, but I could. I just thought of something I could do, but I don't want to do it. Which means I probably just won't because I'm lazier and shit. I could probably make a more real life accurate, like the general design for the car has been, give or take, physical fixtures wise, real life accurate. There's some things that I just don't have the care to put the effort into to get exact. Sue me, I don't care. Well, actually, don't sue me. I don't have money to cover that. But like, I don't care enough. Um, there is some. I've been thinking heavily. My V8 or V10 rather. It's a V10 compound turbo, I believe. It's just a little V10. I think it's only a couple liters. Uh, yeah, like a 3.7 liter V10. Um, I think it's a compound turbo on it. It lacks. And by it lacks, I mean it is a V10, which is cool. But when it comes to kind of the mid to high range, like it's competitive kind of up to the middle of the speeds of the cars we're running. Our cars will kind of all hit around the same top speed, around the same mid speed, whatever. This car is competitive up to about the middle of that range. I think it's around 120, but then the other cars just they go. They just pass. So what I'm thinking to do, or I'm thinking I may do, and it's probably going to be after I'm done the livery because it's going to be a real pain in the ass if I do it out of order with that, is redo the motor in a different config. So I'll save this one. It'll be the V10. It's going to be as is. It's ready to roll. And then do up another one, probably one with a V8, or probably one with a V6. Thinking to maybe try one with a flat 6. Um, because although Colin said he had trouble getting a flat 6 to run good, I think I might be able to pull it off. Um, we are playing in the beta, so we have access to stuff like superchargers, twin chargers, all that. I think I might be able to work with that a little bit to get um, it to where it'll need to be. Um, but just for sake of ease, I'll probably just be cloning the car. So it saves all suspension and that, like aerodynamics, that stuff, and it saves all the fixtures over. So I don't have to physically rebuild another car. Um, I mean, in theory, I could build the motor beforehand, but I'm not going to do that right now. There's still some work that needs to be done. Annoyingly, and this is extremely annoying, there's a dip in the actual car. Like, this sits up higher than the roof a little bit, it looks like. Damn cough. it kind of sits up like maybe up this much, but then it comes forward, dips down, and then comes forward and into this vent. I just don't know if I would care enough to put that in. None of what you see here is practical aero, except I think this. This I think is. And this, maybe. Um, all the aero in this has been done via very cheaty aero, which is basically stuff like this, which counts as a full piece of aero. And all of these, which are the exact same piece of aero, just shrunk and then moved inside the body so you don't have to see it. This is not effective aero. This is just how it has to be done in automation because it's a pain in the ass. There's also... I wish it would just keep this open. If I take off the body, there's also these, which are just literally the same thing. As I should have shown it before. Like, I just slipped this down. You can see in there's a bunch of them. It just simplifies making the car look good without having to actually... smell sausage. I think Mom's making something with sausage, so... Anyways, yeah, it just simplifies life. Another reason that I was thinking specifically to go over to either a V8 or a V6, I might just rebuild well, I kind of want to know now. The exhaust tips are a big reason why I would consider moving over to a V6 rather than the V10, or redoing my V10 again. And it's because I have a compound turbo on the V10, which is one of the better systems to have. The caveat is I can't run a full dual exhaust, which means only one of the exhaust tips is actually going to interact. Blow smoke, flames, whatever. Like little sparks or whatever. I believe at the moment it's wired to be this side. Or maybe it's this side. I don't know which side it is. I want to say it's this side is the original side, which should be the one it's wired to. But if I was able to switch it over to a dual exhaust, it would basically take this and instead of routing all of it up into the turbo, have something on the other side. Alternatively, I could just make it a lot smaller turbocharging setup and like move it down or something. I feel like this motor is really, really, really small and really far back for how big it is. Could stand to move forward. But overall, this car is extremely bare bones. Like if I take the fixtures off, this is what I'm starting with, and then this is what it is now, which is not everything, but it's getting there. So the problem is they have a lot of smooth lines. The actual car, which tempting as it is to actually put an image of it up because I'm not using a like screen. I'm not recording the screen. I'm recording the application. I just don't want to do that. It does kind of complicate things a bit because unlike other platforms that you can do stuff on, like designing liveries and stuff, like I'll say this, I think Horizon has a better livery system than this game does. One moment. Sorry about that. Minor conversation regarding things of little relevance, to be frank. At least in regards to this exact moment. Hmm. To be entirely well, I'm trying to figure out what I need to do. Kind of. I'm also tempted to just. And I'm thinking I might just give this thing a bit of a break. Um, I know backwards. Not actually going to work on it right now. When it was my plan. This is how I operate. But instead, this was not the old version. This was the old version. I'd open it, but it's probably going to be fairly broken. But you can at least see the car, because I don't think the livery will be broken. It is, it's unfortunate, but I know the motor in this is broken because of the new automation update. But, oh man. I actually did drag that one. Boom, there. Kind of like a mock Golf livery was the idea. I actually don't hate this front end design, but again, this is basically the first version that I did of the car. I don't hate it, but like I said, I do kind of want the large fin on the back. There is some tinkering I'll need to do. I'm probably going to try and do something more with the taillights, because the way they were just flat across here felt like there was massiveness up here. And I feel like I could just kind of tweak something up into there a little bit, which would be nice. But from where this car was, which this car lacked enough speed-wise and stuff, that it was worth just straight up rebuilding the car. Like, this just came as a from scratch, ignoring this basically entirely, because this did not work. Drag 2. Car trim name can be Brill. I don't give a crap. Build a drag car here. Or honestly, it's tempting to try and build a drag truck, but ooh, that's sleek. We should do something with this. Be hilarious if content was like, "What the hell are you doing? You're supposed to be working on the car." Because the way I see it right now, I kind of burnt myself out a bit on it last night. We'll try something with this. So carbon fiber, monocoque carbon fiber, mid longitudinal. Because why on earth would you run mid transverse? You can't fit anything transverse there. Front suspension can be double wishbone? Or McPherson strut. I'm thinking double wishbone. Either that or it would be push rod, but I'm leaning towards the double wishbone. And then rear apparently cannot be solid axle. Why can I have a solid axle in the front and not a solid axle in the rear? Well, the rear will be McPherson strut. Crank the quality, because I'm going to wish I had. That quality bar does nothing there. Skip that. Skip fixtures. Oh yes, drive type. Because you can have a four-wheel drive dragster. Top fuel type deal, right? Make it full-wheel drive. So V90, V8, American. Power limit is the highest with this. Dual overhead cam, 5 cam, aluminum billet race. Power density limit is at a little bit high. Yeah, it should be fine. See, a Boxer 6. This is what I want. This is what I was thinking about putting in, like a twin turbo Boxer V6 for the other car. But for this, we're going to do, of course, a V8. And then, how much room do we have? Like, can I put in like a 10 liter? Yeah, we'll just bore it. Hang on, quality parts. Yeah, so this will be almost, it'll be a 10.3 liter. Billet steel heavy, I believe, holds the best. I mean, this holds technically better stats, but for the balance. Titanium, I believe, are just, well, forged heavy is going to handle better torque, but this is even, and this is still taking a lot of the torque, so forged, which I think is again the best balanced one, and then a harmonic damper, which apparently you don't necessarily need. This thing's gonna run up to 12K. It needs to go one pass. Whole design of the car, make a pass. Not gonna touch this for the moment being. We're gonna basically build a motor that's probably not gonna realistically work. Or realistically, it's not gonna work at all. This I remember I learned from Colin. This basically you just need a ton of fuel. Like you need to throw, or was it air? I think we'll just put both in and hope for the best. Dual exhaust, which I'm gonna try and put in like headers or something. Okay, that's decided. It's not really going to be connected. Pistons failed due to excessive RPM at just over 10,000. So we may have to tune. We might just tune that back a little. It may wind up needing to be a bit smaller of a motor. Well, at least now it didn't fail. What happens if I just... Oh. Well, I mean, I can... Okay, we're going to do the backwards thing and make it diesel. It sounds stupid, but trust me, I can make it work. This game does not, for the record, support diesels, nor do they have intention of supporting diesels. However, if I know how to do anything, it's I know how to do it wrong. So we're going to leave it like this for now, just because so long as I'm above about 4,500 to 5,000 RPM, I'm happy calling it a diesel-esque. Twin charged MFI, MPFI, or DS system fuel injected supercharger. Must use a single throttle, and I think I'm running. Well, I mean, if it's going to be a diesel, it's going to have to be 2 pairs of compound turbos. Got the snails on both sides, which is kind of maxing out the size-wise, but twin scroll ball. And then ball and variable. This is going to need to hold a little bit more. And then, so on the high P, we're going to run it not quite that aggressively. See the difference? No, not that. That. And then I'm ignoring this because it doesn't matter. Smart Boost is weird, and I don't. See, then we tune this down to be actually vaguely close to the actual horsepower it's running. And then we can come over to fuel type and just cycle through them quickly. Realize heavily that I'm not sure what NM means. Whatever, we'll just run it on this version of the fuel, I guess. Unless this makes more and more stuff. I mean, in theory it could, but even if we make the motor NA, actually no, we will do this. We'll do it this way. We're gonna switch it back to NA and then figure out which one. So that's 2085. So this is like leagues better. Aspiration. It may just need to be like twin turbos or something. Or supercharger. Can I make it? I could make a supercharger work on this. It won't be a big one, but bear in mind the goal is to get it to around like this area, just surviving. Oh. Piston failed due to excessive torque. What do you mean? It only hit like 2,500. At the moment, it's looking like NA may be the best option here. Or a very little. Why is there a compressor? This is a supercharger. Crank has failed at about 4,800. But see, I like the power up here is good. And then, oh, apparently it doesn't like when you give it a properly sized rad, you know, when you let it be cold. Oh, wait. Why is it locking to... Oh, because I have a... Oh, yeah, because I have multi-port injection. That's right. This is something I kind of hate about it. And it's that I can't run... What is it? Fuel system? Yeah, here we go. Single. And now we're going to switch it to... Well, I mean, you have more engineering time. Ah, there we go. Screw, which is better than roots? Well... It's definitely debatable. I lied. I'm not making a diesel. I'm just making a really freaking high horsepower motor. Just a big ass motor. See, what's bad is if I switch this to a dual exhaust, it's gonna break it. It's like, ah, yes, it can finally breathe. How's my exhaust actually doing? Oh, wow, the exhaust is like not using any. Do I just need like hyper tiny? Oh, wow, I really do need like hyper. It's like you can run full dual exhaust, but you're gonna have to have a 1-inch exhaust, which honestly kind of looks hilarious. I don't know if I tipped that. Did I go up or down? That went up. So now we'll come through. Now bear in mind, what happens if I take this off? Oh, that breaks it. That's gonna break it. Nope, that didn't. I think I did kind of lose a little on the torque with, ironically, not having it NA. I almost wonder if NA might be the move here. Because with NA I was able to run per cylinder, and I think it was pushing closer to 3K. I'm gonna leave it as is for now. This I'm gonna change later because I can always do. So technically I'm losing a little bit of horsepower, but boom, now the motor works. And if I go to 8100, the crank fails. If I go to this, the crank doesn't fail. So leaving it at 12K just kind of shows me on the graph where it needs to be. That stuff's all gonna be fine. We'll just make it a... Wait, did that actually... Felt like it made a difference. I don't know. Um... Okay, I'll take it that that's already set perfect. This is... Ooh. It's making use of that more exhaust room now. I think... Yeah, because we bumped up the... Why am I on cast low? You telling me somehow the cast are what's maintaining the power? Okay, I guess we're gonna go cast mid, because I think this is outperforming barely. Cast low. It's so stupid that this is working to gain. I thought the threshold was going to be around the 3,400 mark, but here we are at 37. Which we will lose a touch because we're going to have to bring it down to an 8,000, but that still means we're at 36. What the flip? Automation, you are confusing. Okay, it looks to be I'll just have to not let it up above 8K. I honestly don't know if that... I've never tested if it actually transfers into beam. Like, if it'll run to 12K with just, like, 0. No speed limit, or I'm gonna set it to, like, 300 or something. It's gonna be aggressive. It's still not big enough. Okay, those are the biggest ones I can technically put in. They look really bad, but we're gonna fix them later. Oh, wait a minute. I know part of why they look so crap. Also, you're not really supposed to be running the... I love how the minimum now is like a 333. For that, it's like, yeah, your smallest is still freaking huge. Yeah, you're gonna have one seat in the middle on this one. Or actually, no. No, I want the bench seat. 3 wide bench. Hilarious. Optimize it to be lighter in a feather with a full race interior. High quality. I'm actually going to leave it at 50-50, I think. That can make it interesting. Oh, wow. The wonders of understeer. Don't care. It's like your car cannot drive here. It would break. Okay, fixtures wise, it's not gonna be super fancy. 3D, we're gonna go with the lazy option. Can I get a? There we go. Then we're gonna 3D model this bad boy in. Just basically throw this in the back. You ain't seen lazy till you've seen me work. I'm kidding. Front wheels are pretty fine. Rear wheels, however, one gonna need a little bit of offset. I'm actually probably gonna just add that in though. Gonna need just a ton of wheel width though. Like just a ton of wheel width. The tires are so massive. I don't think I've actually seen this before. They're so massive, they're actually not really fitting. Now, the reason I'm spacing it out this way is because, and this isn't actually the case, but most of what I do in here doesn't actually have effect in game. Whereas if I do it out there, it does. So. Ah, yes, exactly how it's supposed to look up there. You know what? This is just a fancy design for wheelie bars. Now, the all-important exhaust. What am I going to do here? I'm thinking what I'm going to do. Oh, yeah, that'd be hilarious. What I'm honestly thinking is I'm gonna and then very simply. Ooh. Clone it, flip it, boom. Dual exhaust. Dual fat exhaust. And I think that's it. More or less for this car. I don't have to worry about a ton of fancy stuff. I might make... Make the front's just a little bit taller. And then we're a little bigger wheel. And then rears, we're going to go up to a 35 inch. No, 35 is too much. 30 looks okay. Summary it, export it. Now, because the motor technically should grenade itself, like halfway up the track, possibly fixable, possibly not. I'm not really sure how it's going to perform. Because I don't know if Beam will take the motor blew up due to X reason and actually apply it to the game. So basically what that means is I've implemented this into my game. No advertising in my chat, please. Specifically not for stuff like that. I'm not interested in buying viewers at all. If you're going to be doing that, please do something else. Find somebody to like follow. Frankly, this is kind of how my streams go at this point. I need to just start labeling them doing shit because it's like I don't really know what exactly I'm gonna do. I know some stuff's gonna happen. Decent chance it has to do with any of the half dozen topics. Excuse me. Oh, that's right. Barrow came today. Yeah, we'll probably get on the Warframe once we're done tinkering with automation. Or rather, with this specific build. I don't think I'm going to wind up working on the portrait car tonight. Colin, if you see this, sorry. I'm just not in a mood right now to do the 9.6, finish the 963 livery. A lot of work. I just don't feel like it. Ooh. The drag strip seems to have been fixed, by the way. And this was I am very excited about. Or excited. I've known about this for a while now. I've built like 3 drag cars. 3? No, 2. I built 2. Well, I've done all of them. Over the entirety of my playing, I've built like 4 total now. Drag cars. They're interesting. The first one had a lot of issues with scraping. The second one ran 5-second quarter miles. And that was using video editing to get the exact, this is when I left, to this is when I stopped. Or this is when I approximately crossed the line. It's not perfect exact time, but it's about as good as it's going to get. Now, the real question is, because of the way that tune is, yeah, it's basically going to grenade the shit out of the motor if it sits up there too long. So that means Okay. Can't tell if this is just this car thing or if this like a bug almost in automation. Okay, it's got like a second gear. Appears to be that second gear that's really getting it. Stuff just doesn't work right. I think it, and it may have something to do with the open beta version that I'm using. But I feel like the drag stuff just doesn't work. Anyways, enough of that. Barrow is here. Barrow Keyed here. He's here. So this means that we need to boot up Warframe. We need to get into that, and we need to check Barrow. We need to maybe, depending on what Barrow's got, move kind of pivot. May need to kind of pivot the stream in a different direction.
I knew we had a shared passion, Hunter.
No, it wasn't canvassing. What was it? I don't know. How do I change my stream title and such? I don't know. Wow, out of these three, I find hilarious. This is the best one. Quickly shoot data message.
Don't buy into what the suits say about caring for artists. They just want to see the numbers go up.
Oof, I'm getting a headache. And these coughs, that's ridiculous. Yes, Barrow. He is at the Larunda relay. Oh yeah, server 69 is up. Because that's definitely worth going into every time it's available. Half the time you'll have like maybe up to like server 7 where it's like there's some people busy in the relays, and then there's just server 69 for some reason. Like it's almost like a lot of the relays keep their server 69s. Actually, we need to do the Razorback Armada. Ooh, I like this. I like this glyph immediately. I already have that, so I don't need it. That I want. The shield capacity isn't amazing, really. That's not going to do a ton. Despair emblems, relatively useless. This is cool, but as far as practical goes, I already have the prime mods that I would want out of him. Game lighting. Let's go see what we have for buckets.
Now you have something to work toward.
We do not have much. I have 10 ducats at the moment. I can actually just cook up. I can cook up enough. I'm not getting rid of any valve and parts. Yeah. I don't know if these are actually. I know the Atlas. I may be able to get ducats or platinum for.
Why, hello.
But we're gonna pick up this. We're going to pick up. I can't afford both. But that's not the end of the world because I don't really switch glyphs around anyway. So I think we'll just have the extra sit there. It kind of almost feels annoying saying like, oh yeah, there's like one thing and I'm not really interested in the rest of it. This game's gonna get restarted at the rate it's going. I gotta double check. I'm hoping I haven't missed the Razorback Armada. Oh wow, I almost missed Razorback Armada actually. Almost, but not quite. So, 3 runs of this mission. Not gonna get a ton of players for it, but that's fine. I could solo this boss if I wanted to. It would just take longer. 3 players, 4 players, nice. We got 4 elite boys.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Okay, I'm gonna be restarting my game.
You are here to find your mark and eliminate the assigned target. If Nef Anyo's prototype survives our assault, he'll be able to draw in a mountain of new offerings. We must turn his scheme against him. Watch yourself. The alarms
It's just like dropping a bunch of frames here and there in the game, which is annoying.
Razorback have failed. You need to find a way to punch through its shields. We've got robots inbound. They've brought in reinforcements. A Bursa.
Well, I need to. Don't need to fight stuff, just need to get in. It's very yellow frame, my dude.
Target spotted. Stay sharp. This one is a handful.
Do we not have anybody doing damage to the actual thing? Okay, they're up at that one. Limiting my heat stacks. Oh no, it's not. Hey! Can it do the thing? Do the thing. Please let it do the thing.
Stay focused.
I'm hoping it lets me do the thing that what is it, Mutual Salad B did, where it lets me put just a crap load of stacks, like stacks of stacks of stacks of stuff on when you can't actually do damage, and then it just tanks it.
Now get to extraction.
What are y'all waiting for? Alright, I think we already got the rewards, so get done, get out of there.
They won't be bothering us anymore. Let's get out of here.
Be nice if I could get a squad again. Again, it just makes it easier to do with a squad. I see one squad, two squad mates. Two will have to do.
Assassination contracts are not to be taken lightly.
I mean, there's three of
Eliminating this
us
target
anyway,
will
so.
have a significant impact on enemy forces. Search the area. Leave no survivors. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Keep going. Nobody knows you're here. If Nef Anyo's prototype survives the assault, he'll be able to draw in a mountain of new offerings. We must turn his scheme against him. Stay alert. Scans show this facility is also home to upgraded Bursa bipeds. You may have to deal with both at the same time. The alarms have triggered a Bursa. Target spotted. Stay sharp. This one is a handful.
Ow. Oh yeah, that resets abilities. Yeah, we're gonna start putting stacks on different parts of here. See if we can. It's not working this time.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
infantry getting into the zone?
They won't be bothering us anymore. Let's get out of here.
One more time. Your kid. What? Thank you, Warframe, for some quality programming there. Wait. I didn't count, did it? No, I didn't. Okay. I still have to do one more, and then I'll get an Orking Catalyst upon completion. These things are just worth doing because of... Seriously! Run the mission, for goodness sake. Cat Genius does not currently have this. Is my internet screwing? I have a third one in my gear wheel, right? Like I have, yeah, I have one more Razorback cipher. Looks like cat. So it was something to do with Cat Genius.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. If Nathaniel's prototype survives our assault, he'll be able to draw in a mountain of new offerings. We must turn his scheme against him. Stay alert. Scans show this facility is also home to upgraded Versa bipeds. You may have to deal with both at the same time. Keep moving. None of the scanners have detected you.
I don't think I've had to do one breach yet.
You've located the VIP. Time to go to work.
There we go. I can put stacks and stacks and stacks of heat on this one. It takes a little bit, but once I get the stacks rolling up, it gets good. This heat, I think, does damage over time. So, like with Mutual Salad V, in theory, this means we should get a major boost to when we're actually shooting it. Or major boost. It's just going to do a crap ton of damage. Like that. I think it's just gating it immediately. Yeah, see, this is instantly taking over the next ones. And I'm just standing here. And because I have so many different things that I hit with from this, because of the way I have my Ignis Wraith set up,
Target down. Assassination
it means that I have a
Great
lot
work,
of
Jenna.
different statuses that I'll inflict. Like I'll inflict magnetic, I'll
Stay
inflict
focused.
rad,
There's
I'll
a heavy
inflict
unit approaching.
I think it's heat and viral.
They won't be bothering us
All
anymore.
have chances of hitting, and then I think it's like a 60% status chance, so it's a decent status chance. But that'll be the third mission. Good to know that it works like that though, because it means I can basically sit there with a flamethrower, torch the thing, and they get the bursts dealt with. Basically, I'll just sit there and I'll just do I'll do the majority of the damage because I'll just immediately inflict the next gate's worth of damage. Yeah, there's a public service announcement for not being able to unlock Steel Path. I don't know. I'm not super concerned by it myself. Because I don't do much with Steel Path.
Nora sleep,
Cool, Jillian.
and we're out.
This isn't timed yet, right? Shouldn't be. No. Okay. I'm debating a little bit on what I want to do. I think that was, I mean, Barrow-Katir is slightly pressing, but I honestly don't really care gates on it. So, I think that's going to be it for Warframe for now. Um, hmm. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll play with this for a while. A little while at least. It's been a couple days since I booted it up. But we're gonna go do the Hunter, Call of the Wild. Um, I don't think I've streamed since the DLC stuff. I've got a bunch of the DLCs now. Um, like a good number of them. I bought the Ultimate Bundle, as well as the Starter Pack, which for me had 2 DLCs in it. So I have access to a bunch of new maps, so I'm not limited to just Leighton and Hirschfelden. I have access to a different lodge. I have access to the, I think it's Silver Ridge Manor or something like that. As well as, like, this is the Emerald Reserve. I have access to just a big variety of stuff now. remember right, in this, I was trying to get up here and do some hunting for crocodillas. Spring Creek Manor, that's what it was. But, that's not what I'm going to be doing right now. I'm mad. I want to say it was one of the last streams I did with this game. We chased down the piebald moose. The piebald cow moose that had kind of plagued me a bit, or teased me a lot. And it's here now, it's taxidermied. Like, I got it. And then wouldn't you know it, we were on the Yukon map. And if I walk around for a minute and show some stuff off, like I got this moose, this nice gold moose. The goal was just to get gold on stuff in here. So we got gold European bison, gold moose, gold blacktail. This, I whiffed the shot, or this would be a gold, like a solid gold. Same with this. That's a gold, that's a gold. And I'll play ringer with that. We've of course got the gold duck, but then we've also got our gold coyotes, a gold red fox, a gold Merriam turkey, a gold ringnecked pheasant, and I have a white one of these as well. I think it might be at the other lodge. Yeah. But a gold gray-brown Canada goose. This is the kind of Canada goose I'm used to seeing, not the ones that are like white. So that's what I wanted up on my wall. I think it looks better over there than the white one did. Ideally, I'd be able to get a black turkey as well, like a black male. But I think the only shot at me doing that is going to be to get a melanistic, and I don't love doing that. I don't love grinding that specifically, just because, you know, in my head, turkeys are black and not white. But I also have the Spring Creek Manor, which I should be able to just, yeah, I can just teleport here directly. At the end of last session, I had picked up a bunch of golds, like Plains Bison. I had like 1 or 2 gold saves on stuff on that, and like I managed to, at the end of last session, come up with a bunch of gold saved. I don't taxidermy till I'm here because then I know exactly what I want to do. Oh yeah, I have a diamond bighorn sheep. Very proud of this. This is my first diamond scored animal. I have a gold white-tailed jackrabbit, which I have one of those at the other lodge as well. This is the brown hybrid, or the white Canada goose. And to me, this just doesn't look as Canada goosey as the other one did. Gold Rocky Mountain elk, gold plains bison, piebald mallard, melanistic mallard, and then a gold harlequin duck. I have in here a gold pronghorn. We will come back to him in a few minutes. Over in here I have a silver European bison. This was a taxidermy I did for the Leighton Lodge that I just didn't love having up on the wall, but I wanted to have a big game animal up on the wall. This is a melanistic red deer. Of course, melanistic being worth killing. Even if you are going to get a poor rating, if you can kill it, it's still a good kill. Another advantage to having both the plains bison and the European bison is you can kind of see the difference between the plains bison here and the European bison in here, and I will be entirely frank. I feel like the European bison looks better. It's rare you'll hear me say that. I think the plains bison might be a bit bigger. This one just looks dumb. And I don't mean like they visually made it look stupid or whatever. It's just the design of it, which I think is relatively accurate to a real life, kind of like a realistic thing. It just looks like a big dumb animal. Whereas the European bison almost looks happy in comparison. This gray wolf, I am very happy to have gotten this gray wolf. This is my kill. I had one that's trophy rated slightly better, but it was a kill steal that I'd done. Me and a friend were hunting on, I believe it was the Yukon map. Yeah, it was the Yukon map. We both shot wolves. I shot a second one. I didn't realize it was the one he had shot. I shot a class, I think it was 7. He shot a class 6, but there was 2 class 6s. I thought I was shooting the other class 6, so I wound up shooting the same one, and then it came out as gold. So I saved it, thinking, well, it's a gold, so I'll save it and I'll taxidermy it because it's a gold. But I felt bad about it because it was just absolutely a kill steal. Like, I used a better suited gun. Basically, I just ripped the kill out of his hands. And I felt bad about that. This one, however, came along a little while later, like an hour or so later, and was completely my kill. So there wasn't any kill sharing with this one. That's why I'm much happier to have it in the lodge. I do love wolves. They're among my favorite animals. I do like bears and elk, actually. The various types of, technically, deer. I don't know. Like, I like red deer. I actually really like Rocky Mountain elk a lot more than the Roosevelt elks. As far as base game goes, I much prefer the red deer to the Roosevelt elk, but I think I may just prefer the Rocky Mountain elk to the Roosevelt elk, or to the red deers as well, because I feel like the red deers, I like to see a lot of tines on my kills. I like them to have a lot of pointy bits and stuff. Roosevelt elk just don't. Like, it's a big rack, but it's not got a ton of points. It's not got a lot of niceness that way. Even the nicer ones I've seen. Rocky Mountain, yeah. These guys, they do have that. So, I'm pretty happy there with that. Yeah. I would kind of like to get like another elk type, I should say. Maybe another gold red deer or something. Or no, maybe like reindeer or something to put here so that when you walk in, like the thought process is you spawn here, right? I'm thinking I'm gonna have something here, maybe some of Matt's multi-mounts. But then I would kind of like to have 2 mounts like this, like basically 2 Rocky Mountain elk, to kind of welcome you in. Both kind of curving in, curving into the center. Because I think walking through, like, passing this, it's a cool way of doing it. I would say if you are looking to do like trophy lodges and stuff, you might be better to get, like, this one came as part of the Ultimate Bundle. I didn't separately buy the Spring Creek Manor. If you are getting the Ultimate Bundle, then whoop-de-doo or whatever, but Leighton Lake is an extremely limited lodge. It's great for the base game, but on sale it's like $250 for the other one of the other lodges. If you're thinking about getting the Ultimate Bundle, then I would definitely go for Virhonga. I would consider going for Virhonga, or the Savannah, what is it called? Sisika Safari map. Just because it's bigger. It's a bigger lodge. And yeah, like, you got this one's an extra like 300 square feet. Feels like a fair bit more. And then this one's literally almost twice the size. Like, it's very close to twice the size of this already large one. And this one, I actually like Leighton Lake Trophy Cabin a lot. I like the Leighton Lake Lodge. And the reason I like it is because it's the kind of lodge that I would actually love to own someday as like vacation spot, like have a lodge out in the woods or something that I could go stay in for a week or something. And for some people, this would be like their version of that, and this as well. But I like this one for it. But yeah, Matt's multi-trophy mounts. There's a lot of them. Unfortunately, a lot of them require, DLCs to be able to get the stuff for it. I swear. Now I know what Daffy Duck was based on. He was based off of Magpie Goose. But like this, you can get as a base game thing. This is a very old picture of the whitetails because they don't look anything like this now. But it's just white-tailed deer. 3 male whitetails. You can pick which ones. This one you can get base game. This one you can't. You can't. Coyotes you can get base game, but I don't think you can get Mexican bobcats. You can't get either of those in the base game. You can't get any of those in the base game. I want to get a jackalope. Please, devs, please add a jackalope. Fallow deer. Raccoons, I don't remember if I have the DLC that has raccoons. I do have the one that has crocodiles, though. Eurasian lynx. This is another one that's base game. This one's not base game, but I think I actually have... I have 2 with parts out of this. I got a plains bison and I got a gray wolf. I don't have the female gray wolf. This is base game, just bear necessity, 2 black bears. This is a base game one. This is actually a nice base game one. I feel like it looks cool. Gray fox, red foxes. This one, I would love if I could have one that was just mallards, but instead, I think it's just showcasing like all the different ducks. Not even all of them. This one you have to have access to kudu, Iberian wolves and Iberian mouflons, Cape buffaloes and lions, ringneck pheasants, gray wolves, moose and a bobwhite quail, coyotes and 3 mallards. This one you could get base game. That could be an interesting one. They got a bunch in here. This is the one DLC that I am very on the fence about picking up because I know Verhanga is one of the DLCs long term I'd love to have. Because like I don't have this one. I don't have this one. I don't have either of these 2. Not super interested in it. I don't have this one. I don't have this one. I don't have this one. But I have this, this, I've got a good variety. I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. I've got 8 different maps I can choose from. But kind of the thought process behind it for me is you'll see a lot of consistencies in animals in certain areas. Verhanga is the one DLC that has the most unique animals in my opinion, especially when I have, okay, so I've got this, I've got these 3, which kind of covers a lot of the weird interests. I've got this for South America, for the Arctic, and then I've got these 2 kind of covering the European end. But I don't, there's still Verhanga. There's still that one. I don't remember if the sale's still running on it or not. Oh, I need to understand. That blows. It is what it is, but it does blow. The DLCs, oh no, the DLCs are off sale. They're no longer on sale. Well, I'm definitely not paying $10 for it. Though I will probably get it on the next sale. I'll say that much. I have full intention of getting Verhanga. In fact, for all the DLCs that I have, because again, I have a good number of them, it is probably the next one that I will get. Like, even as far as, like, weapons go, I have a lot of them. There's a bunch of cosmetic packs for the game, but if you don't include those, I think I own, like, over half the DLCs for practical end of this game. And I'm really okay with that, to be honest. The ultimate bundle for it, I would have liked to see it have Verhanga in it. That is, like I said, the one that I would really have liked to see in it. But, you know, it is what it is that it didn't. Now, I'm not looking to hunt on this, the Emerald Coast at the moment. Yes, yeah. Verhanga is the one I want, man. It's the one that I would have, out of all of the DLCs that I looked at, Verhanga was like the one that I would have bought without buying anything else. That and maybe Silver Ridge Peaks, because Silver Ridge Peaks also has a lot of variety comparatively to the base game. Not as much compared to the other DLCs, but compared to the base game, it has a fair bit of variety. And it also comes with, I believe it's the recurves. So you get some free bows with it, which, you know, for more variety in hunting is nice. I haven't done much of anything with the bows. Frankly, I probably won't do all that much, but yeah, see, this is right in, it was right in this area that we saw. I didn't actually see the piebald initially, my friend did, and he's like, yeah, you can take it if you want it. And then you know, we started tracking it, because he knows that when it comes to stuff like melanistics, piebalds, stuff like that, I do actually care a bit, and I do want to hunt that stuff. A different friend that I haven't played this game with in over a year, he said the Modern Rifles hunting pack was really good, and I kind of brushed it off like, yeah, but I'm not buying the pack. Well, I now have the pack, and I will admit, blatantly, it is very good. If you want good weapons and a good variety of them, it is worth grabbing, because you gain access to all 4 of these, which gives you a big game rifle, a mid-game rifle, a relatively small game rifle, like down to like deer and stuff, and then the 22 LR, which is a class 1, but it means you have a precise shooting gun that you can put a scope on for free with cheap ammo to hunt things like ducks and geese and all that sort of stuff. Trust me, as backwards as it may sound, this right here is just, it's such a nice thing. It is so much nicer than the shotguns. As far as the map goes, there's been some, well, pathfinding and water and exploring and stuff. Kind of through this area of the map, and looking at it, probably looping down into this area, there's this red land type stuff. This stuff is super nice to hunt in, because most of it's not like this. It's mostly like, is this one? I believe it's this area, which is by far and away, in this game to date, my favorite. Yeah, this area, by far and away, my favorite area to hunt. And the reason for that is, boom, I just spotted that at 200 meters. Actually gonna wait for him to go down. But like, boom, look. Heard of him over here. That'll be 2 down. So those were kind of over in this area. I'm gonna guess. Do we have any down yet? We got 1 down. 1 down, 2 down. Got at least 1 down. We can probably take a 3rd over there. That'll be a 3rd. And I think I'm going to leave it there because that's going to push up the pressure. Like, obviously you can't hunt the ever-loving crap out of this area. Because you will just build up too much hunting pressure. Yeah. This is mid. It's mid. Well, I guess then. We'll take 1 more moneymaker. And yeah, he's not going right now. High pressure. That's not good. That just dead zoned, didn't it? Yep, that's a dead zone. Oopsie. I mean, dead zones stick around a bit longer, so actually, like, flat out dead zoning like that, I haven't done that in quite a while. It kind of is what it is. I, like, want to be mad, but also I'm kind of not mad because there's not any zones here that I lost. Like, that's the biggest thing about dead zones. Any feed zone, rest zone, watering zones that were in there, any need zones, you lose all of the ones that are affected by the area of the dead zone. That's the biggest issue with hunting in them, and that's why, like, my plan was to shoot it for high. Something else died. I think I had a lesser shot on one of them. This won't be here long. Which is, it is unfortunate, but it is what it is. There's not anything I can do about it now. Looked like I'm not doing that. Looks like it ran kind of through here. Biggest thing is if I can just find the corpse like that is really nice, because now I can just run straight for the corpse and then I can deal with the other like 4 of them or 5 of them that are over here. Should be 4. I think there's a hunting stand over here. Yeah. This hunting stand is worth building. Now normally I'm not super big on building hunting stands. I'm probably going to build that one while I'm over there. And the reason being, because it's a watering zone, you're more likely to have a lot of animals. As a result of that, you know, whoop-de-doo, right? But because there's likely to be animals at specific times, just because it's a watering area, hunting stands, especially that one, which I know has a good field of view, on an open area, generate less pressure. It's like a quarter of the pressure, so you can get a lot more kills without having it drive it up so high. There is enough kills on the ground that, although I think people are here upstairs, which means once I claim them, I'm probably going to slip off for a few minutes. It does mean I need to claim them, because otherwise I will have a 20% discount on all animal claims for the next 5 kills. I believe that's how I was told it works. So, like, not claiming them, you don't leave the session, it's not going to kill you, but you know, 1 and 2, it's not gonna do anything. It's when you get into a lot of them. Where's that one? That is just gonna move the dead zone even further. So, if you've got like a massive one there, sure, but otherwise, not touching it. I'd hoped one would drop right along in here, but I don't think any did. I mean, there's a couple that. Hilariously, I don't know that there's really any penalty for me killing a few more. I actually really don't know, but I don't care to find out because this is a area where I would love to continue being able to, yeah, like, sitting on lucky. As a result of this dead zone, I will not be shooting into this zone. I will, however, scope out what's over there just to see. Build this one. But as you can see, like, decent area, you get a good view. Automatically, you can't lower your or increase your visibility. You are still audible, but you just get a great area to look and shoot out of, with a discount to, again, the hunting pressure. So this is going to be silver lung. I'm expecting most of these to be lung shots. I don't think I whiffed really hard on anything, really. The only real pain I can see, so I've done 2. This is 3. I think I killed 4 things? 4 or 5? Oh, yeah, that's... Oh, no, because I got the liver. See, this is part of why I run polymer tips on almost everything. This is why I run them, because I've gotten to a point where I'm accurate enough, and it's a great help to have the the modern rifles pack, because the guns are more accurate. Now, it is at best a 50-50 shot if those packs are accurate. This is the biggest catch, because I think one of them moved over. I claimed 3 bodies, and low, medium, proper medium. No, wait, it's low, medium, high. So yeah, there'll be one over there. If I miss one claim, I'm not super concerned about it. The money varies so much in this game as to exactly what you get for kills and stuff that it's not a super big concern if it's a little bit off from what I would expect or whatever. It's just, if I can, I would like to get all of my kills. Hunting in this manner is also just stupid. You really shouldn't do what I'm doing for hunting. That one's really different. Can I just see the corpse? I know these rocks can kind of look like buffalo a little bit, or bison, but... Oh, yeah, there's one. I'm guessing that's probably the one that where was he? He was there. See, from here, it does just look like another rock. When in reality, that was what I shot. But you see, hunting plains like this, super nice. Super nice. Like, if I wanted to, I could pick that boy off, in fact. He's not even going to go par. Actually, he's not going to go anywhere, is he? He's just... Oh, he went aggressive. Yes. Beautiful. Thank you for going aggressive. It meant you sat around for animations long enough to bleed out. You basically drowned. Congrats. Now, part of why I took that shot is because I know I'm well outside of this dead zone. So I'm not as concerned again about that. Oh, that's why he ran so far. I didn't actually get a vital, which is unfortunate. But now mind, this area of this game, I play shooting gallery a lot. Which bugs some of my friends because, or one of them specifically, just because it's like, you walk into an area, it's like, yeah, let's hunt this area. And then I like murk half the populace of an endangered species, and it's like, yeah, well, you took 5 minutes. You know, you leave me alone for 5 minutes, I eradicate a couple species. It is what it is, right? That'll go down. Bison are laughably easy to kill. We got one down. Or is it two down? No, it's still one. No, we got two. So one of them will be a little further. As a result of that high pressure, I'm not going to kill any more. And because I didn't spot any others, it means that I should have nice and easy tracking for... Oh, they dropped like next to each other. Nice. See, I can't... There's nothing ever going to be there for me to kill because it's outside of the range of everything. I would love to see, for some stupid reason, a gold pop up in this. I seriously doubt I will. It's mostly going to be silvers. How far along is that? That's not far enough for my loving. What about that one? That one's probably far enough, so... He's turned aggressive, which really means he doesn't know what he's doing, and he's not going to go anywhere before he drops, and he's going to drop like that. And that one as well. Bam. Now, I'm kind of chasing them around a little bit. I'm not really looking to hunt the entire herd out, per se. I spent 2K, and I started the session with around like 9 or so, I think it was. Can I afford one more? No. Well, I can. But I don't think I'm going to. I'm going to show some restraint now. I actually kind of want to hunt something other than Plains Bison. When it comes to a gun like this, it's like $9.50 for a rack of ammo. Like, super expensive. However, oh, that's the other reason. You lose need zones if you kill an entire herd. Which sounds backwards, but it's just because it removes the tracks, and it's like, wait, an entire herd? Why are you killing an entire herd? I have a weekly up for that, don't I? I'm gonna just, oh, yep, there we go. We got ourselves a gold. I'm actually gonna save that one because that's a dark one, which is nice. Now, the only reason I'm hunting this thing at all, and it's a slow hunt, is because I have a challenge up for hitting lungs on them. Which I can confirm you can't do after the fact. Be long gone. Unfortunate. Believe one of them went down. Where is it? Ah, yes, here. Stand to kill a moose. they drinking? They are. Beautiful. Where's that? That is in another new area. Goodness me. Is there anybody like good in there? It's 2. Ooh, a 4. So what I'm thinking I might do, I'm going to use the excuse of showing off, yeah, run for me. I'm going to use the excuse of showing this off, but the reality is I just want to pick them off without as much of a penalty. That's going to be most of them, I think. That's 1, 2. I miscounted my ammo. That one's going to be just a butchered shot. Painfully, he's going to go die up there, isn't he? He's going to die right in there. Yep. So, we got low hunting pressure. And to count, we have 1 kill, 2 kills, minimum 3 kills. And I think we probably have 3 kills in 2 zones looking at that. And then just now the chore of running around and collecting them. That 4 has a chance of being better. If it's over 155, I'll probably save it. Look at it later for taxidermy. I don't think I can access taxidermy here. No, I can. But spots like this, like trees, hunting stands like this, overlooking spots like lakes where I can pick off anywhere on the lake are awesome because it means, it just means the zones that could be here are very easily hunted for me. And I like that. I like being able to take shots at a bit of range. Everything in this game lists as effective killing distance 150 meters. Reality is it is a good bit higher than that. Some stuff, I think the Canning Magnum is effective out to like 400 meters or something. And for the record, despawning distance is something like, I think it's 470 meters or something in base game. These things are like a pure opportunity hunt. I don't super intentionally hunt most stuff because I find it tedious. Yeah, see, and then it drops the pressure. Like, this is a 2-kill spot, and it dropped the pressure down. And it's because of the zone. Now, at that range, I didn't get great kills by a very long margin. That's one of them. I feel like there was one a little closer. Maybe not. Oh, no, this is the first one. Okay, so silver rating, right lung. This was the first one that I shot. It looks to be a decent size. That's going to be a 164 dark gold, so that is going to get saved. I have a little bit of wiggle room. I'm going to go through and clear out some of the saves later. And then painfully, one of them decided to go off and die over here. Which means I now get to run another 200 meters just to claim something that I think I shot 2 or 3 times. Ah, bison, run. Run for your lives. Did you not hear me? I said run. Run, you cowards. Run. I want to be done hunting you. I actually do. As much as I keep killing your asses. So 134, yeah, that would have just been nice. Silver. When I say run, run. I really wish they would aggro a bit more. Not because I necessarily want to die, per se, but because it'd be a lot nicer if they would not run away. Is that it? I don't think that's it. Hilariously, I think I'm chasing a different herd now, but I'm still just chasing herds that I've shot at. Bison are just such dumb animals. The program's so stupid that it's like, ah, yes, I can run up to them, pick off so many members of the herd, and then just continue chasing them for the rest of them. That's a nice moose. Yeah, no, that moose is maybe gonna die. Had a nice enough rack on it, that's for sure. This moose tracks? That looks like a poor bleed rate, but it looks like it could be a kill. With a bit of time. I need to restock ammo. Pretty bad now. Low bleed rate. Okay. Yeah, it did die. And it didn't die too far ahead. No, I knocked out. I gotta double check the challenges for today. In my last decently sized session of this, which was really early in the week, like Tuesday, I think, I picked off so much stuff in this game that I generated a ton of stuff. By the way, this was a dead zone. It's now huntable territory again. That's how much stuff I'm killing. Which is the advantage to kind of chasing targets around a little bit, like I am. Is you kind of progressively work your way towards not having dead zones remain on the map. Yep, there he is. He did go down. Ooh, he's got a really nice rack. Many jokes to be made about dudes chasing moose with big racks. Oh, I didn't hit vitals. That would have been a gold, but I didn't get a vital shot in either one of them. And I guess this isn't that great of a rack. It's not like amazing. It's yeah. It's really basic, but it is cool at the very least, and it is cash. Yes, This area is getting hunted so hard. I kind of want to... I'm just going to head up to the top of the ridge and take a look down and see. Like, as you can see, it kind of gets more wooded the more that way you go. This is something that, and it's an advantage with having not got high pressure anywhere here. I can take this. Who knows I can't, but I think there may be a fox area over here. Because I've noticed them being here a lot. I don't know. Seems to be decent though. Yeah, I spooked him by running. Oh well. Foxes are one of the things that it's just like, it's not, if you spook them, it's not even worth chasing them because you won't even see them. But I do want to see, honestly, it's more I want to see the lake that this is on. Than anything else. This, I swear, is just for self-protection. I'm not hunting them. It's just... Suddenly I'm seeing moose run, and it's like, ah. And up here, just take a glance. Make sure it's not going to be like a melanistic or a bivalve moose. This is the other nice thing about like having an area open like this. Yeah, I'm gonna build this. As you can see, a lot. So now again, I can come up here. I can kind of... I have the perk that lets me spot through my scope, so most commonly you will actually see me do that. Could have taken that if I wanted it. Yeah, it's just a 3. I'm basically scared. By building this, I think I scared the local moose population. Like, most of it. A wolf. This is, I think, one of the first times I've actually seen a wolf kind of off on its own. Or rather, first time I've seen a wolf that wasn't actively hunting me. wasn't an amazing shot, but very well could have been long. But yeah. These ones on the lakes are just super nice. Now, where there is one wolf, there is high chance of multiple. They're pack hunters. And speaking from experience, there was an instance in this game, on this map actually, where we were put up against four or five. We only found like 4 of them, but it was like, yeah, it was, they were aggroed and they were like, yeah, just shoot or die. So we shot and made a dead zone, but it's one of the things where I would say either have a gun that can output ammo quickly, like these ones, or have a handgun on you for that reason. I believe they're class 6, so I'd recommend the 454, the Sunbird 454, because it is more aggressive. But, you know, you do you if you want. You could use the 357. The Sunberg is ridiculously good at killing stuff, I will say. Its big caveat comes, though, at the range. It's effective range 50, and I'm inclined to believe that's about what it is. You brought it.
As much as a pain it was.
How much of a pain was it?
It's just painful driving with the cart.
Oh.
So I ended up sitting in there for like half an hour.
Why were you in there half an hour? You live 15 minutes from here.
Because Devin decided he had to take a phone call.
Oh. Is he hanging out here?
No, not.
I'll pick up the tracks here. Oh no, it just killed over here. That's fine. Normally, if it doesn't kind of peter out and fade out, it means it died. This is an annoying, weird thing about these things. Their eyes, past a certain distance, glow. Oh yes, that is a lung. At that distance, even with the polymer tips, it's barely clipping it just because it is a 200-meter shot. So good to know, right around the 200-meter is the 308's long end. However, oh, just barely off of a gold. I think if I'd managed to hit a tiny bit better and get like even quick kill, I almost maxed. But if I'd managed to max out the quick kill bonus, I think that would have been almost an exact gold. Alas, it's not. It is a silver, but still pretty cool. Pretty cool. And of course, as a bonus, you get really low pressure in this area as a result. Gray wolf resting. Oh, this is a different wolf though, because it's still here after I've harvested. So that's good. That means it wasn't the only one. It looks like there was 2 of them. But if I'm ever looking to hunt, say, female gray wolves, I now have a location to do so, and I have a stand to do it from. So they've kind of given me a good opportunity. I could do it over here, but I'd be gambling with my life a little bit. Not that I think your life in this game is honestly worth much. It's really not. Hilariously, this is still high pressure. It depletes slower as well if it's overhunt, if it dead zones, but that puck should be, yeah, fleeing. You get into area like that, and it's a bit of a pain to hunt in. It's a cool area, don't get me wrong, but the Yukon actually has a lot of variety in the environments you can hunt in, which is nice. Wouldn't mind getting another kill. I'm probably gonna have to get off in a minute, so would not mind canning something. Oh, that thing's just tiny. I'm really not stalking these things specifically. Ow. Remember the comment I made? How are you still alive? Get capped. So you remember the comments I made about wolves and their lovingness of being aggressive? So I creamed him in the face, somehow did not do much damage with it. And then I got him in the lung for that. Would not have, oh no, that would have been a gold, just barely. What's bad is I shot him with this thing, which should have dropped him immediately, taken that to the face, but, or just taking it in general, but whatever. They love this heavier tree environment, but they luckily like to bark and growl when they're attacking, so it does simplify things a little bit as far as warnings that they're coming. But they're not silent. Okay. I'm gonna get one more kill. Maybe two. It's a very specific kill.
Yo, what's good?
I'm hunting. Well, actually, I'm watching a loading screen right now.
Are you on with Dave?
Nope,
Who are you on with?
I'm not. I am streaming.
Oh, you get the cheap viewers too?
Yeah, they got banned instantly.
I did bring the PC, just FYI. We don't. It doesn't need to be done anytime soon. We can.
Well, there's not youth tonight unless you guys are doing the family thing.
No, Mike and Josh aren't going in.
Yeah, so we can probably work on it tonight then, because Dave said he's not going to be on, and tomorrow I may be helping Jaden move, so I don't know that I'll have time. Depends what time I get up.
I'm 90% sure it's graphic card, so like.
If it is the graphics card being done,
I know one of his RAM is garbage, because I've tested that. Other than that, yeah, it's just his graphics keep dying and freezing. He'll be playing War Thunder and it'll start lagging and really badly, and then it'll just freeze. It'll just freeze and then it'll start. So,
could be graphics drivers, could be the...
unless it's too far updated, I've just updated that.
Lots of choices. That should spook them. Let's see, I want... Well, it looks like I get that one, whichever one that one is. There's like 4 in there. And seeing as that's going to take a minute to come in, I'm going to go refill some ammos. In the meantime, then I'm going to jump off. I'm guessing Mom texted that food's ready. Yeah, see. One more pack of that. And I think that's all the ammo that I really used. Then we can come back over to here. I have a dog. Oh, and I see it's just coming in now. I have a dog, a retriever, no less, because it was part of the Ultimate Bundle, that DLC. Beautiful gold male Harlequin duck. Notice you get full like quick kill for these and stuff, but it's terrible species difficulty. Proper ammo. It's a decent duck. Nothing special, but I already have one. We'll go here. Tweet out the saves quickly. I'm thinking I may keep a dark plain bison because I wouldn't mind having the comparison. I don't think I'm going to taxidermy any of it right now at this moment because it gets expensive. 6.87. What were you? You were lower. You also female? No, you are not. Yeah, you know what, screw it. We will taxidermy that one. Gold. Plains bisons, so we've got 2 dark types. We're going to delete the lesser one. Mountain lion. This I am waiting to taxidermy. I think it's 9? Oh, that's 55. I need a little more money in my pocket before I'm going to taxidermy this thing, but it'll be the last new gold that I have. And then plains bison. This is a brown type, and I want to have the dark type, and then I want to find mounts that are next to each other, sort of like those two, but somewhere a little bit lower down, more on eye level, because I feel like it would weight it weirdly to have it up there. Replace it literally the exact same look, but it's just a better score. It's like 1500 to do those, so that's why it's like, yeah, whatever. And now, is there a spot in the office I can put it, actually? I just have it kind of standing somewhere in here. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'd prefer it to be a mallard, but a harlequin duck's not bad either. But yeah. Perks, 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 perks. I have a perk point to spend. I'm going to probably finish putting breaks into that. And then, yeah. That's going to need me jumping off. Good stream, 2 hours, not bad. I've got other stuff to do yet tonight, though, so